At 5 a.m., while the world slept, she chose not to quit. For 10 years, nothing worked, until one morning changed everything. This is the true story of how a single habit broke a decade of failure and turned discipline into destiny. Adaeze was 30, a middle-class African young woman with a normal life on the outside, rent paid, food on the table, a job that looked okay to people. But inside, she felt like she was sinking. Every January, she wrote goals. Every February, she loses momentum. By March, she'd whisper the same painful sentence. Maybe I'm just not built for more. And the hardest part wasn't failing. It was watching people assume she was fine because she smiled in public. Before we continue, watch till the end, because the moment Adaeze almost gave up is the same moment her life started changing, and you might need that lesson today. Adaze's slump didn't look dramatic. It looked like a delay. She tried everything. She started a small roadside restaurant business that didn't last. She joined online courses she never finished. She tried other things, waited for motivation, and then blamed herself when motivation disappeared. Some nights, she lay in bed scrolling through social media, feeling tired and thinking, I'm running out of time. She wasn't lazy. She was tired. Tired of starting. Tired of restarting. Tired of explaining why she was still in the same place. One morning, after another rejection message and another WhatsApp call saying, "We'll get back to you," she sat on her bed and cried. Not loudly, but deeply. The kind of cry that feels like your future is closing its door. And in that moment, a thought came to her, sharp and honest. If I keep living like this, 10 more years will pass, and nothing will change. That fear stayed with her the whole day. That night, she remembered something her late uncle used to say. Your life doesn't change when you feel like it. It changes when you do what you said you would do, especially when you don't feel like it. Adaeze realized the real problem wasn't her dream, it was her routine. She didn't suddenly become strong overnight. She made one small decision. I will wake up at 5 a.m. for the next 30 days, even if nothing changes. Not to punish herself, not to impress anyone, but to finally prove something to her own heart. I can keep a promise to myself. Day one was painful. Her alarm rang at 5 a.m. and her body begged, sleep. But she sat up anyway. She didn't do anything magical. She did something simple. 10 minutes of quiet time with no phone and no social media scrolling. She spent 20 minutes thinking about what kind of small business she could start with the little money she had saved. 30 minutes of prayer and meditation, asking God for guidance. The first week, nothing changed on the outside, but something changed on the inside. She started to feel a new kind of confidence, not loud confidence, earned confidence. Week 2, she noticed something surprising. The mornings were no longer about waking up early. They were about winning the first battle of the day. And Adaeze learned the real secret. Discipline is not a personality. It's a practice. Some days she failed. Some mornings she overslept. But instead of quitting like before, she asked herself, what do disciplined people do after they fall? Then she answered, they return. That became her new identity, a returner. By week 4, Adaeze wasn't waiting to feel ready. She was building readiness. Months later, the results started showing. Not overnight success, not a miracle, but momentum. She finished what she used to give up on. She registered for a POS merchant training. She started a small POS business, and it grew slowly because she woke up early every morning, working quietly, consistently, without telling anyone. And the best part? She stopped hating herself. One morning, while the city still slept, Adaeze looked in the mirror and smiled. Not because life was perfect, but because she finally trusted herself again. She whispered, the last 10 years didn't break me. They trained me for this. And that is the heart of this true story. The 5 a.m. secret wasn't the hour. It was the habit. It was choosing daily discipline over daily excuses. It was learning that success is often hidden inside small routines, repeated with faith. Adaze's life didn't change because time passed. It changed because she did. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a resident. You don't need a new life. You need a new routine. Small habits, done daily, become big results over time. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems. If you're watching this and you feel stuck, if you've been in a slump for years, hear this clearly. You are not behind. You are not finished. You are not doomed. But you must stop waiting for a perfect feeling to save you. Start with one habit, one promise, one morning. Because discipline is not about punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. If this story touched you, like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a fresh start. And comment, I'm choosing discipline. Because the next time the world is asleep, your future might be awake, waiting for you to show up.